Deep within the dark mountains of Turkey, archaeologists uncovered what is now called the Cave of Skulls. When the explorers first peered into the opening, they expected to find a few remains and maybe some artifacts. They never imagined what they would find inside. At first, the explorers found a pile of skulls. Then, as they ventured deeper into the cave, they realized there were hundreds, then thousands of skulls piled up in chambers. In total, they found over 50,000 human skulls stacked neatly, as if placed there for a purpose thousands of years ago. It looked like a temple of death. No wonder some believe this place is cursed. In this video, we will try to find out how did these skulls get there, who placed them and why, and what terrible rituals took place here all those years ago. So let's take a deep dive into the story of the mysterious Skull Cave. The cave is located in the mountainous region of the country, far from prying eyes. Archaeologists were exploring other nearby caves when they heard rumors from local residents about a strange cave filled with skulls. According to legend, anyone who enters the cave would go insane. Of course, the explorers didn't believe in curses, so they decided to check it out for themselves. As soon as they stepped inside, they felt an icy wind on their faces. Their flashlights revealed a terrible sight. The walls were covered with hundreds of skulls. Some skulls were lying, some were hanging, and some were even embedded in the walls. There were also thousands more on the ground. As they ventured deeper into the cave, they came across more chambers filled with skulls. In total, the explorers found more than 50,000 human skulls in this cave. They also found many bones, jewelry, pottery, weapons, and other artifacts. All of this suggests that the cave was used for a variety of purposes over the centuries. But how did they get there? Who was responsible for placing them, and why? And what terrible rituals took place here all those years ago? That's what the scientists set out to discover. Unfortunately, there are no written records or historical accounts of the cave or its origins. Everything we know comes from archaeological evidence. Scientists believe the cave was used by ancient civilizations for religious ceremonies. In fact, some skulls show signs of violent blows, while others were cut with precision, as if the people whose skulls they belonged to were sacrificed in mass ceremonies. Still, other skulls were polished and pierced, which means they were probably hung as ornaments or sacred symbols at the entrance to the cave or perhaps inside it. Just imagine thousands of skulls dangling in the darkness of the cave. A terrifying picture, isn't it? It's unclear whether the cave was dedicated to a specific deity or if it was just a place where people went to be closer to the gods. However, scientists believe that the cave was used for at least two different rituals. The first ritual was probably performed by the Hittite Empire, which ruled the region in the 16th century BC. The Hittites were known for their bloody sacrifices, and the cave may have been used as a place to sacrifice prisoners of war or other enemies. The second ritual was probably performed by the Eurasians, who lived in the region in the 9th century BC. The Urartians were a mysterious people who worshipped a supreme god called Holdi. They often sacrificed animals to him, and it's possible they also sacrificed humans. But that's not all. There's another theory. Some experts believe that the cave was not used for rituals, but was instead a mass grave. During the Bronze Age, there were frequent wars in the region, and the cave may have been used to bury the dead. In fact, some skulls show signs of violence, which suggests they were killed in battle. Others show signs of being burned, which suggests they died in a fire. This theory is supported by the fact that many of the skulls are missing their lower jaws. This could be because the bodies were burned so badly that the jaws disintegrated. Or it could be because the villagers removed the jaws to make it easier to identify the bodies. Another possibility is that the cave was used as a burial ground for people who died of disease. During the Bronze Age, there were many epidemics in the region, and the cave may have been used to bury the dead. Unfortunately, there is no evidence to support any of these theories, and that's why this place is considered cursed. After all, scientists still don't know the full truth about the cave. However, one thing is certain. Whoever placed these skulls in the cave did it for a reason. They weren't just thrown away. They were carefully placed in a particular order. But to this day, scientists haven't figured out why. Many believe that this is the work of an unknown civilization that performed terrifying rituals here. Perhaps these people worshipped gods who demanded human sacrifices, or maybe they believed that the cave had special powers. Whatever the reason, we may never know the full truth. Some say the cave is cursed, but I think it's simply a place of great sadness and sorrow. Can you imagine the pain and suffering that must have occurred here for so many people to have died? It's a tragic part of history that we may never fully understand. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts. What do you think happened in this cave? And would you dare to visit it if it were near you? Be sure to share your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about mysterious discoveries.